So good down low with his pads, and we are getting a read on Shilovs through 4 periods and almost a fifth that he doesn't seem to be rattled at all. Put in a pressure situation in Nashville in Game 4, came through with flying colors, and he's been great so far in this game.
Preds win a draw, a very long shot blocked by Joshua, and Miller picks up the puck and brings it ahead. In on the left wing, he's checked by Nyquist. Canucks were trying to change. Soucy had to scramble back onto the bench. Miller checked in the corner by Forsberg. Puck in front, and Joshua was there to get out of harm's way. Dumped around to the far side, under 3 minutes remaining in the second period now. O'Reilly has the puck. Myers steps up to check in. Forsberg got high stick. There'll be a penalty to Ian Cole. second period. They're getting another power play here with 2:41 to go. And they're checking Forsberg for damage.
Well, his top line for Nashville has been pulling him into this second period.
Getting in front of Forsberg in the far net, but as soon as it's sent down, you see how Stick's already on top of Forsberg?
And so it gets knocked up right away as he's trying to react to that puck coming down low. So Nashville, like the Canucks, 2 power plays in the hockey game. Like the Canucks, no shots through 2 power plays. We'll see what they come up with here.
Key penalty killer for the Canucks. He's the guy in the box. And the Predators go to work here trying to open the scoring in game number 5. O'Reilly draws the puck back to Tyson Berry. Nyquist takes his pass for a shot at the post. And the puck ricochets off the corner boards.
With the blade on the stick, looks like it goes up high on Barry, and the whole Preds bench on the follow-through is appealing for another penalty. And this is Nyquist shot through traffic, low glove, throws the door off, doesn't hit anything but iron and into the corner. 25 seconds to go on the power play. Lindholm wins a face-off from O'Reilly. Incineroar, whoa, that whistled into the Nashville bench, and I think it was caught by backup goaltender Kevin Lincoln, who has his first save of the series. Good job there, and he looks very calm about it. It certainly does.
Nyquist is upset about something. Motioning towards one of the Canucks and in heated conversation here with the referee.
Some strange clears. You saw the one off the Susie that hit the referee, and this from Zadorov goes right into the Reds bench.
He's already got his uniform off. Now they start to reappear for the final 6/10 of this second period. I would imagine the Predators would put a right-hand shot in, probably Colton Sissons on this draw, and try to go forward with it. Maybe McCarron.
Their only forward who's doing really well is naturally Ryan O'Reilly, winning 9 and 15.
He's not on the ice. And I think they'll just try to...
Be sure wondering with 0.6 on the clock.
Elliott's wondering.
That was for him, actually.
Sissons will take the draw. He's lined up on the stick like he's going to try to draw it back, but he might do the old switcheroo, and he did. He couldn't get it through. And the fans voiced their displeasure. The team's having to go through all that. And the second period is officially done here in Game 5 at Rogers Arena in Vancouver. It is scoreless with 40 minutes in the books. Now we'll send it officially to break, and then to Ron, Kevin, Kelly, and Elliott, who are standing by for our second intermission, scoreless in Vancouver.
Now this is where I want to retire.
Retiring already?
Getting there.
Go out.
investing before is outdated. Paying them over 2% every year in mutual fund fees, over time, that could have cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Really?
With Questrade, I could do it for a fraction of the cost, keeping most of that to fund my retirement.
Not someone else's.
Exactly.
I don't know. Like I need to make up for it. And so when you said that you asked me if I wanted to cast today, I'm like, I gotta like, I don't know, redeem myself or something. I don't know. Oh gosh, it was a mess. And again, I apologize for that. I mean, for just because like I know too that there was a long wait list that day for people that wanted to be on stream or to be in the tournament. I looked after and there was a long like waiting list, and I'm like, wow, I totally just like dipped out when people could have been playing.
Hello?
On the phone for you.
Okay, 1 second. I'm trying to set like 20 things up at once.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Did you hear?
Yes. Can you tell him that I'll call him back in a second? I'll just grab the home phone once I get this set up and okay.
Went 2 for 2 to begin. He went 2 for 4 in the game. But he was amazing. In fact, Rod was being interviewed when he got his second hit in the game today. Tyler's from Stouffville, Ontario. And his mom's birthday today, Nancy. So it was just an incredible. story.
I
Brought
am.
was
I'm
in
also
Can
playing in a Pokemon tournament and streaming it and trying to set up like
Nancy,
many
and they
different
flew up to
Give me 1 second. Let me walk
Wisconsin to
off
see
this bridge.
Tyler,
Okay.
who'd been
There is. I was trying to figure out how to set up the messenger to call you, and I didn't want to just call Jen
pulled up
because I wasn't
from
sure if she was home. I don't have you on Facebook or anything, and my phone is dead.
Nashville, ironic.
Yeah, 1 second. Let me put you on
Our
speaker. Fuck
coverage
me, I can't even
continues.
see where the speaker button is in this goddamn thing.
Nancy.
Um. Oh, there it is. Hello? Jesus. I can't figure out how to use a fucking phone, Uncle Scott. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I have an alarm going off on my headset. Because I'm playing in a Pokemon tournament online. I put the round timer on so that they're. No, I'm good. I just need to accept that match. But yeah, so what have you been up to?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Nothing new. But what about you? I hear you get a little bit of a vacation, buddy.
It's a bit more than that, man.
Yeah. Oh.
So I've been here for less than a week.
Yeah.
Right. In that time, I have gotten a recommendation to use Rosetta Stone. In 1 day, I've become at least computationally fluent in Japanese. At the very least, I've also set up a distribution contract for the Pokemon cards. So I'm getting the boxes at 140 a piece, when I think MSRP is at least 160, 170. So
Where you get that out of?
Toronto,
Oh, I think you might have said China.
no,
It might be fraudulent.
no, he's from Toronto, because Toronto actually has one of the most competitive Pokemon scenes in the country, or in like the world. Like it's actually really good there. My coach is from Toronto, and so a guy that I met at the Vancouver Regionals, because I went to regionals, um, he gave me a deck for my birthday, and he has a car, and we both have passports, so he's going to be the transportation man, and we're going to circuit around when the new season starts around Washington and Vancouver. And
Okay, hold on. You gotta back up on the act.
okay, yeah,
What are you doing?
I'm playing the Pokemon card game competitively.
Oh, really? That's
Yes,
kind of cool.
I just did my first coaching session today. I just had my first coaching client.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're fully wired up then with laptop up there then?
Yeah,
Oh. Have you had a gaming laptop? Or?
no, it's a shitty XPS laptop. It's fucking chugging its ass trying to run 2 streams at once. It's not very good. But I got it for free from the student school equipment grant. So beggars can't be choosers. And then yeah, I'm 3 courses from my accounting diploma. I have 2 more years left in my student grant funding. I just got confirmation from the ministry that as long as there's no living reimbursements, that I should be good and I won't have my wages garnished. Um, yeah, so when you get income on disability, if it's not considered earned, they take it against your disability check. And so when I first started school, I had to win a case against them saying that I needed this money for school and that they're screwing me by taking taking a disability away.
Yeah, shouldn't be, right?
And then, oh, you know what's even more fucking stupid? You know how there's a big Canada disability benefit coming in the pipeline that got ascended and it's
Yeah.
supposed to be? Yeah, guess what BC does? Their fucking Minister of Finance puts the budget on hold to wait to see if they're gonna garnish that. Like, how the fuck does that make sense? So tell me, it's money that's not going. They're stealing money from us. Is what's happening, right? No, like they're legitimately stealing money from the poor because it's not even money that they would ever see access to because it's a federal grant, right? So they're garnishing federal money against our provincial disability, and they do it with the CPP too. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, so they can get a raise.
And you know what's even more ridiculous? So in the okay, so Dan and Darlene went on a disability rabbit hole, but they have the shittiest reading comprehension ever. I mean, I think Darlene's dyslexic, so like, I mean, no fair play to her, but like they went on this reading hole, right? And they're reading the ministry's budget, and the projected like poverty line in BC is 2,200 a month, right? Disability base rate is 1,400, and you can earn 800 without getting deducted. So in order to get on the poverty line as a disabled person in British Columbia, you have to make the maximum allowable. And guess what? Disabled people are 4 to 20 times more likely to have a mental health illness, right? Guess what's not fucking covered by the persons with disabilities designation? Any sort of fucking mental health services, Scott. It's fucking ridiculous. Sorry I'm swearing so much, but like I'm passionately pissed off that this shit is allowed to go on, right? It's not even that, and like I fell through the cracks, right? So in 2020, I was like, you know, everyone says I'm depressed. I should go see a psychiatrist and do like what people say, go to the doctor. Guess what this psychiatrist told me? They said it was an old Indian woman, so I'm going full stereotype on this shit. She said, "Do you help out at home?" And I'm like, "No, but I probably should more." Gives me a fucking scowl and says, "You're not depressed. You probably have some anxiety, and you should do vocational counseling." I'm like, go fuck off. Okay, because guess what, Scott? 4 days on the depression meds, it kicks in. I literally have like 7 to 10 times the energy I had, and I'm fucking sitting there on LinkedIn Learning all night doing 15 hours of courses in 2 days. Like, fuck me. Well, I couldn't sleep. I had insomnia. And then I was getting career coaching. They told me about LinkedIn Learning, and I get it for free through the college. I was like, fucking just sitting there doing LinkedIn Learning all night. Pardon? Well, that's the thing. I might actually go for a doctorate because my initials are Dr. Hood. Might as well. What? Oh God, no. I don't want to deal with the politics. It's fucking quagmire. Jesus Christ, Scott. I'm not going to be part of the problem. Fuck me. Oh, they've been done since like the first day I could file them. I did my Nana's taxes this year too. I did Nana's taxes this year too, and she's pissed off because she's retired now, so she doesn't double dip her fucking Canada workers benefit and fucking CPP deduction. So she's getting like 10 times less than she did when she was working. Oh, poor woman. She's like, why is it so low? I'm like, because you're retired. You got shafted super hard. You were double dipping in like 3 different things. Plus, she had 10 years of unclaimed disability tax credits, so she got like $10,000 or some shit in a lump sum. Christ. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, Scott, I've been through like so much shit. Like, I could sit here all day and talk to you about the shit that I've gone through, and you would still not believe the amount of dog shit I've had to deal with in my life so far. And I'm not even past my 30s. I'm not even into my 30s yet. So I was working for the church, right? I was like, well, it was a church plant, so I was one of the founding members, right? I like from day one I'm there, and I go to the pastor and I'm like, I want to be part of the leadership group because I want to know what the fuck is going on. And meanwhile, I'm volunteering at the theater. I've literally designed their fucking lighting system. I'm teaching people the media and doing the sound, and I'm not spiritually mature enough to be in their fucking leadership group. Like, what is that crock of shit? Like, I'm literally, they want me to run everything and then not tell me what's going on. I'm like, fuck that noise. Jesus. Oh no. I didn't have the window up. I was playing a mini player, but I had to get the phone. So. Oh. Oh, I started doing some sports writing too. I could send you what I've written so far. I'm actually gonna get in contact with the magic editor of a fan site.
He's got 6 points.
Of Canucks Army.
You saw the reaction on the bench. They would have reacted for anybody,
but yeah, no. When Bell Media did the big wave of layoffs, they have a podcast, and he did this big impassioned plea of if anyone's interested in doing media, don't give up, blah blah blah. And so I reached out to him and was like, I'm interested in everything you do, specifically the podcast and like the tech behind it. And then I'm like, well, it might be hard for me to bend over, so like writing is probably. Okay.
4.5 minutes into the third period.
Go back to 2018 when Zadorov was with Colorado against Nashville, his first ever playoff game.
And I'm like, so writing might be more up my speed.
Well,
Because I wasn't sure if my body was capable of stuff. And, you know, he let me send him writing, and then he gave me critique on it, and then I asked him, I'm like, hey, I don't want to just yoink your format, so like, can I have permission to post it on a blog or something? He said yes. And there's supposed to be a watch party, but that was canceled. And so now when I get back in town, he lives in like Equipment. So I'm like, can we just like meet up and have a conversation or something? I'm in Port Clinton now, and we're moving back to Port Moody, so we're pretty much right there anyway. But we got into a rent-to-own in Port Moody. So, a rent-to-own. Yeah. Yeah, the whole family. It's 2 bedrooms with like 700 square feet. So Mom and Emily are sharing a room, and then Nana wants the living room, and then I get a room. And yeah, it's the moving date July to October, which will be nice because we've been paying out of ass for the rent in the first right now. Because we went from paying like $1,700 a month to $2,700, and this mortgage is the rent towards the mortgage is $2,000 a month. So that's already $700 down. And the place we're at now is all electric. This place has a gas stove, so that's probably like a bunch of money savings in hydro with having it be a gas line stove. Not to mention that apparently Mom said that new construction usually gets a lot of internet package deals, so we're paying $225 for internet now, but once we get to the new place, we'll lock ourselves into a cheaper contract. So I'm gonna have like 4 times the disposable income I have now. Like 4 or 5 times the disposable income I have now, because I'm the one paying the cable bill. And like my rent's going down, but like right now I got $500 for rent. When we're at the new place, I can just pay that $500. So I get the entire $900 as disposable income, and I still have $5,000 in credit card debt, so I can pay that off and then go from there. Oh no.
Off the stick, Canucks tried to
I'm just putting my headphones. I should have been listening to the freaking commentary.
Fabro ahead to center, Evangelista. Bristol on the right wing, and he got nailed. There'll be a penalty for that. Fedora arguing hard. He and Joshua were there, and I think it's Dakota
But yeah,
Joshua going to get the
I'm
gate for the hit.
like, oh, it's I mean, I'm just happy it, you know, Fort Moody is a really expensive area to live right now. And it's like this is the only way to get equity in a property, and it's it's really well located. It's literally, it's either by the old strip club lot, by the high school. It's the lot beside that. So yeah, so like that's the prime real estate, right? There's the high school right there. It's right on the bus stop, and it's right on the main drag of the highway. So like, yeah, exactly. And Moody Park, yeah, I think so. Oh no, it's what the fuck is it called? Rocky Point, and then you go up the hill, you have Seaview, so the elementary school's right there, right? You know, and it's a corner unit, so there's a big ass balcony, right? Yeah. So,
Responsible AI.
yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, definitely come by. And I mean, I've also started volunteering back at the theater because I was doing theater tech volunteering, and I just emailed the head tech because I'm like, I want to save the studying money for the bachelor in accounting. I'm like, hey, can I like intern here and then like maybe get a job? Because I think the only thing I need besides the experience is my occupational first aid, and that's probably the like took me like maybe a day or two to finish, right? I've already done first aid before. I did a babysitting course when I was a kid, so I know that I can do CPR and do first aid. It's just getting the certificate. And honestly, like since I've been starting to work out with Uncle Brent, like my body's so much lighter. Like, I'm more capable than I thought I was, just because like apparently one of the biggest signs of depression is your what is it called? Your auto nervous system or something. So the pathway in your brain that makes yourself talk is hyperactive. Well, that's been my entire life, Scott, and I thought that was a normal thing, but apparently, sorry. Shit. Yeah, that's been my entire life, Scott, and I didn't realize that wasn't a normal thing until I got recommended Dr. K's videos and started looking at like uh looking at what all this shit means and researching the psychiatry behind it. That too. And then I finally came to terms with the fact that I'm asexual, and it's not just everyone's horny heathens. I just don't have a sex drive. You know, when you grew up in the church, your perceptions are a little bit skewed. I thought all my friends were just really horny. Apparently, I'm the one that was different. You know, it makes sense now why when we found Dad's porn collection, I was like, man, okay. We found Dad's porno mag stash in the basement, Justin and I, when we were kids. Because he had it in a fucking lunchbox like an idiot. Yeah. I mean, fucking Justin probably know about sex ed than that bastard, dude. Fucking Justin explained to me what a boner is in the middle of the night when we're fucking laying in bed together for Christ's sake. But yeah, I'm super happy he's having a kid. Yeah, he just announced it yesterday, the day before. So yeah, I mean that's super cool. And I mean, I went to Grandpa's place. Justin? Yeah, my dad's in Fall River still. But
a successful entry on the power
who?
play.
He's in Burnaby.
For the Preds, and they put it right towards the front of the net.
Naval Ridge, still. Yeah. Yeah, I know, it's kind of weird. Since we moved to Port Coquitlam, we're closer to everybody than we've ever been. It's like 10, 15 minutes to get to Auntie Showens because her new place is in Maple Ridge. They got into BC Housing, finally. And then, yeah, it's, I mean, I conquered my fear of planes, I guess. Well, not entirely. I fucking hate the feeling of flying, but I got on a twin prop and survived it. So, I mean,
Puck into
yeah.
the net.
So I was on the wing, which I don't know if like is the best or the worst place to be, but I didn't know how loud it was gonna be, and I downloaded movies and shit, and I'm putting my headphones on, and I'm like, I'm getting all the vibration of the planes through my ears, and I'm like, okay, can't listen to anything. That's cool. But yeah, no, it's been great, and I spent 3 weeks with Grandpa. Before my meds were in, before Auntie Bev and Uncle Brent were in town, and he didn't kill me. And our one argument was him bitching at me because I had an iPhone on top of the covers, away from where I'm actually am, and he was convinced it was gonna blow up until the side. And I'm like, Grandpa, what the fuck? And so I tried switching up the Apple like fire hazard terms and be like, hey, that's not what I'm doing. It's not even charging. But he was convinced. He's like, why don't they let you put on planes then? And at that point he was yelling, and I was just like, okay, I'll shut up and apologize. But like, tell the fuck on, man. Yeah, for sure. But that's the one time we argued in 3 weeks, right? And Grandpa, like, it's not hard to get him to be pissed off at you. So. Well, little different, but I was like able to be self-sufficient and everything, and like I have dad yelling in my ear that I need to be independent and everything, and I'm like, I can't be independent because my entire family feels like it's gonna collapse if I don't support them right now. And so we got in an argument because they were wanting to set me up with Meals on Wheels, and I'm like, hey, look, like, I can't be on Meals on Wheels because if I'm eating a meal and we're between bills and they're eating fucking like pasta sauce and I have this meal being delivered, I'll feel like shit. So can you just buy the same amount of money worth of shit for this meal delivery service I've been trying to use, and then just call it square? And they were like, bitching about how I should learn to cook and all this shit. And I'm like, look, you were the ones that offered. Like, all I'm asking for is you to hold up your end of the bargain here. I held up mine. Like, what the fuck? And they're like bitching me out. And then I had trauma. So I was getting pissed off because they were doing this cursory bullshit on disabilities. And then I lost my shit. I'm like, you fucking abandoned me when I was 6 years old to go fuck off with the person you see the mom with, and then you fucked off with her and then ruined the relationship with my sisters. Like, you don't have a fucking leg to stand on here, bud. And that was bad. I shouldn't have done that. But like, you can't tell me all this when literally the source of most of my problems in my life has actually been you. And like, sorry, not sorry, but it's apparently the truth, and that's something that I've come to realize, that I have abandonment issues since this case has come, and I've been doing some counseling, right? Like, I didn't think I did, but apparently I do. I remember crying when they moved to the coast. I spent like an hour crying in my mom's arms when they moved to the coast. And then, like, when I was a kid, my mom was crying in the band room because she couldn't afford $100 for the instrument rental, and then I got yelled at and never touched the snare drum again, right? Like, I've been through a bunch of shit, and I don't need him trying to like big parent me when he doesn't actually know what I've been going through. Yeah, I mean, Scott, when I was trying to search for work, I got a credit card credit increase. The first thing I did was buy a $500 suit and start doing job interviews. I did 30 interviews. All I got offered was door-to-door salesman for Tower and a fucking sampling job. I took the sampling job. They had pretty white latex gloves that I said, I refuse to use this because it's an allergy hazard. Can you get me something else? No, we can't. You gotta find something yourself. Where are the disposable gloves? I don't fucking know. Figure it out. So I'm using fucking rubber gloves to serve samples because I couldn't figure it out, and they don't tell me to take my breaks. I got kicked out of the store, and then I called Krista, which was the head tech. She was like, they have to accommodate you. And so I call my manager, and I'm like, I got kicked out of the store. I need someplace to sit. Can I buy a chair on the charge card? No, I can't do that either. So I spent $17 of my own fucking money to buy a chair. Guess what happened the next 2 days of the activation? I sold out of every single boards on keys on the fucking store shelves because, except 2 of the cranberry ones, which is obviously the shittiest kind of keys.
160% of the face.
Right? Like, you fucking give me the environment I can work on, I fucking kill this shit. And they tried to dig me on my contract too, because the dumbasses put 17 to 16. I'm like, fuck you, my contract says 17. Pay me my money.
Suter giving chase on Carrier, who pulls away from the champion. Chops the puck.
I mean, I hope so. I mean, you know, Brandon said he'd be able to cover all the events. We're planning a trip to Portland for the next regional, and like, I'm like, and he's planning to front the cost of the cards and stuff. And you know, for my part, I was like, okay, you're trying to front stuff. Let me make him a distributor deal. I went into Glitchxcity, some guy that does the glitching other stuff, and he's a distributor, and he was falling on like hard times, so I gave him like my Twitch Prime. And I'm like, hey, look, like, I want to support you. Like, what's the lowest, like, what can you do? And I was like, I wanted like net 5.30 type shit. And he's like, I can do like 140 a box for margin to swim. I'm like, 140 is excellent. You know, we'll put 140 a box. Because even like, I think MSRP is at least 170. 160, 170. Yeah, I don't know what he can get rid of them for, but like the amount of chase cards in the set, because they've just released Ace Spec again. It's like a one starter deck card, and they're all expensive. Like right now, the Ace Spec that I'm using like deck are like $50 a pop. Hopefully they crash them, and when the new ones come out. But if we get any of the pulls in the first case that we're opening, which is 192 packs, we're making our money back in then some, right? And all we need is to get the staples, and then we can literally sell everything else on eBay. And then, as long as we have enough storage and shipping solutions, like we'll probably be making more money than we're actually spending on the product, right?
Right there. And they'll face off in the Vancouver zone.
No, I didn't realize I was so entrepreneurial. I mean, I did a first, so this British guy, he has a learning disability, and he was worried about coaching, so I coached him today, and it went well. And I said, hey, like, I don't know what your financial situation is. Here's my PayPal link. If you're able to, throw me some money would be great. If not, no problem. Let me know when you can do the next section. The next section, I also did a cast of a tournament, and I actually had a judge that yelled at me at Vancouver because of some bullshit with the organizer. And so we were able to do a heart-to-heart and have to go to the screenshot. And he reacted to it, and he said it was like 9 to 10 out of 10 for a first cast. So apparently I'm good at talking. And so I sent it to a couple other people that have casted like the big events. And I'm going to see what their reaction is and what their notes are. And then there's a community casted tournament that I'm signed up to cast in as well in a couple of weeks. So yeah, there's a bunch of crap going on, but it looks like I'm on the doorstep to being able to make a really decent living out of this card game, which is nice. Yeah, well, once I get the funds to do so, I will. And I mean, I've just converted my PayPal to a business account, so I've got that set up. I've set up my live stream. I can send you a link to it. So I've set that all up. And then the next thing I'm doing is I'm gonna learn how to use the Wix website editor and set myself up a freelancing website, consulting website. Yeah, I'm already starting, like, I have to deal with, oh, you know what's even stupider? Okay, stop. So I went to the faculty head of my degree, right? and I was like, hey, look, I want to do my courses online because when I walked online, my GPA went to 3.1 instead of 2.25. And they're like, that makes sense. I'm like, you don't offer it online here, so I need to transfer them in. They're like, yeah. I'm like, I'm already registered and accommodated for at Thompson River, and they have these courses on offer. But because the course codes are different, they don't get included into the existing transfer agreements. So I have to ask for permission. So the business law department was like, no problem. The econ department went on some sort of stupid ass power trip and said no. And I'm like, and she thought it would be the other way around. She thought it would be the law one that would get rejected, right? And you know, so and then I'm using her as an intermediary. So I'm like, okay, like maybe I go to Langara or whatever. And then I had this moment of like pissed off indignance, and I'm like, well, this is bullshit. So I'm like,